Good day, ma'am. I'm here to report the Rizal letter to young woman of Malulus. Rizal letter to young woman of Malulus. Right, ay nasulat ni Rizal in on February 22, 1889. And there's the mga sulod sa letter nga gisulat ni Jose Rizal. The rejection of the spirit authority of the Führers. Next, the defense of private judgment and qualities Filipino mother needs to possess, and duties and responsibilities of Filipino mothers to their children. And next, the duties and responsibilities of a wife to her husband. And the last is the counsel to young women in their choice of a lifetime partner. And this message, the Rizal message to Filipino women. Now that you have to responded to our vehement of clamor for public welfare, now that you have shown a good example to fellow young women who like you desire to have their eyes opened and to lift lift them from their frustration. Our hope is rose. Now we are confident victory. The Filipino woman no longer bows her head and bends her knee. Her hope in the future is survived. Gone, gone is the mother who helped keeps her daughter in the dark, who educates her in self-contempt and moral annihilation. It is a longer the highest wisdom to bow the head to every unjust order, the highest goodness to smile at an insult, to seek solace in humble tears. etc. God give each one his own mind and his own conscience so that he can distinguish between right and wrong. All men are born without chains, free, and no one can subject the will and spirit of another. Why would you submit to another your noble and free thought? It is the cowardice and an error to believe that blind obedience is pity, and its organ organ arrogance to think and reflect ignorance is ignorance and not goodness and honor. God, fountain of wisdom, does not expect man create, created in his image to allow himself to be followed and blinded. The gift of reason with which we are endowed must be brightened and utilized. We shall not falter if you help us. God will help us to dispel the mess for He is the God of truth, and the former brilliance of the Filipino woman will be restored. Undiminished, she lacks nothing but a free mind, for she has an excess of goodness. Responsibility of Filipino mothers to their children. Number one is the youth is the flower bed that is to bear rich fruit and must accumulate wealth for its descendant. Ang pasabot bitaw ani mura siya mura kag kanang nakay tinanom nga flower na imong giayo og tanom. If maayo nimo siya pagtanom kanang mura ra bitaw sa bata sa pagpadako same sa flower. If maayo ang imong pagtanom sa flower, maayo tsada po dyan tanawan. Pero ano pag maayo pag dala sa mama sa bata, ang bata maayo ang pagdako. Then next is to raise children close to the image of God. Ano siya, dapat if ikaw ang mama, dapat imong anak tudluan nimong ay ipaibalo nimo na dapat duol siya sa dugan sa Ginoo kanang pagsalig na siya pagsalig bitaw mura na siya o tinuuhan sa Ginoo. And next is to awaken prepare the mind of the children for every good and desirable idea. Kaning next to awaken and prepare muna siya nga tudluan mo kanang maayong pamatasan ng bata ang bata nimo para mo reflect ba if maayo mo matudlo ang iyang mama maayo pud ang iyang bata. Then next is to teach children to prefer death with honor to life with dishonor. Kani siya kay pagsabot na ko ani kay tudluan na to ang if tudluan ng mga bata sa para sa ibot ni Sir Rizal nga namatay sa naay dignidad nga murag hero bitaw siya para sa anang kwan pagpadako nimo sa bata nimo example police if namatay ka sa gira na nakay gipinaglaban edi kuan ka na matawag ka nga hero. The next is the qualities mother have to possess. The Filipino mother has to be a noble wife. She has a rear and hear children in the in the service of the state. Next is a wife has the set standard of behavior for men around here. They have three basic things a wife must instill in the mind of her husband. Activity and industry, noble behavior, worldly sentiments, and Rizal advice to married woman aid her husband, share his perils, reference from causing him worry and sweeten his moment affliction. The next is Rizal advice to unmarried men and women. This is the advice of Rizal. In choosing a lifetime partner, do not consider physical beauty, nor the sweetness of disposition of a woman, but rather give priority to firmness of a character and lofty idea. The next, on the other hand, Rizal counseled young women not to surrender their womanhood to weak and timed heart. There are three things that a young woman must look for a man she is going to marry: a noble and a honored name, a manly heart, a high spirit, inacceptable of being satisfied with engendering selves. The next is Rizal reminders on equality, self-respect, and the true spirit of religion. The number one is the tyranny of someone of possible only through cowardice and negligence on the part of others. Nasabtan ako ni sa one kay kanang namdaog-daog sa imo kay nagbase sila sa kakulangan bitaw sa imo bantog dali ka nila madaog-daog. Then ang to kay what makes one compatible is lack of dignity and the object fear of one holds on the contempt. Kani siya kay like wala bitaw kay confident nga musukol sa ila sa nandagdaog sa imo kanang murag hadlok ka nga musukol ka sa ila wala kay confident jud nga mubalos sa ilang ibang buwat sa imo na mo na pahiwatig ni Rizal nga dapat una-unaon mo nga nakay confident nga musukol kay di man sila igabuhat sa imong kaugalingon. Then the 3 is ignorance is servitude because of a man think he is a man who does not think for himself and allow himself to be a guide by the truth of another is it like lead by a halter. Pasabot bitawan ni Sir Rizal kay if mo asa lang ka sa uban nga guide sa imo nga if tarong ang pag-guide sa imo sa ubang tawo okay ra pero wala ka nag-guide nga para sa nasay man kanang mag-base taan ng tawo nga wala ka ayo nag-guide basta nang nipatay og tawo bitaw nga mura na siya kanang iro nga wala nahiktan nga masigod sa iyang buhaton iyang gusto buhaton nana bitaw murag wala siya kanang wala disiplina nga pagkatao. And number 4 is he who loves his independent must first aid his fellow because he who refuses the protection to other will find himself without it. Kining 4 pasabotan ni kay mas giuna pa niya ang tawog tabang sa iyang kaugalingon because kanang mas una niya gihuna-una bitaw na mas importante nga pasabot ako mutabang kaysa iyang kaugalingon. And the number 5 reminders of Sir Rizal, if the Filipina will not change her own of being, let her rear no more children, let her merely give a birth to them. She must case to be the mistress of the home, otherwise she will unquestionably betterly husband, child, native land, and all. Ang reminders nga gipasabot ni Sir Rizal kay if ikaw walain kag batasan na magmugna ag pamilya may pagdili na lang kay lisod pod ma-adapt sa imong anak or sa mga or sa imong asawa na magdusa pa sila may pagwala na lang. And number 6 is the 6 reminders of Sir Rizal. All men are born equal, naked without bonds. God did not create man to be slave, or did he end him to intelligence to have him hoodwinked or adorn him with reason to have him deceived by orders. Ang pasabot nga reminders ni Sir Rizal, gitagaan ta sa Ginoo og equal nga panginabuhi. O gitagaan ta utok o panghuna-huna para dili ta madawg-dawg sa isa ka tawo. O makauna-una ta nga maayo ba na yang gibuhat or dili maayo. Then the 7 is consider what kind of religion they are teaching you. See whether it is the will of God according to the teaching of Christ. The poor be succored, and those who suffer alleviated. And ang sabot na reminders and ni Rizal, kita dagan mo ta religion, in any religion, ang imorang tuuhan katurang about sa nasulat sa Bible. Dili ka magtuto sa istorya sa uban kay hindi mo raman nasa tawo raman gyapon. Thank you.